Disclaimer, no property or persons were damaged in the making of this film. Permission by the principal was granted to film in the bathroom.
Hello?
Is there someone in there?
I'm in here.
Someone in there?
There's someone in there.
Let's go harass him. Guys, leave me alone! Leave me alone!
Something smells good in there. What is that?
Oh, I can't hold it in anymore.
Can I have a bite? Hello?
When there's rain?
There's thunder! Hello?
Do you feel comfortable using the bathroom at school? I don't. You probably don't either.
But why is that?
But what's so wrong about school bathrooms? What's making kids fear even stepping foot into one? Well, basically everyone we interviewed said it was because of crowds. Take a listen. Do you feel comfortable using the bathroom at school?
Not always, no.
Zero.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. How about you?
Depends on if anybody's in there.
It depends.
I feel pretty comfortable. I don't know about how other people feel about me using it.
No.
No, there's always stuff either in the toilets or like vapes just around. And there's usually not soap in the soap dispensers anyway, so even if I did have a clean stall, I can't wash my hands afterwards. So I don't ever want to go to the school bathroom.
How come?
It's always just big crowds inside those bathrooms.
One time I really had to go, and then there was so much smoke from the vapes in the bathroom that I got a whiff. Blue raspberry kind of tastes good.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a whiff of a mint too.
Okay,
I
so
got a whiff of pineapple strawberry.
Because sometimes it gets really crowded and there's like a lot of people there just like messing around and it gets like a little bit uncomfortable.
Well, besides from like a little touching, like hand on the shoulder, hand on the butt, hand somewhere else.
Well, it's always disgusting because kids, when we go into the girls' bathroom, there's always gonna be like food in like the big stalls on the floors, stuffed into the toilets. Like there's the baby changing station's always like messed up. There's thrown like sanitary supplies everywhere.
tampons.
Yeah.
the toilets don't flush. Like, there should be at least like a lever to push, but it's like automatic and sometimes it doesn't work. And there's always people in there. Sometimes the bathrooms are like too full.
It's like 40 people in one stall.
Yeah.
Here's a pie chart of all the responses we got. If we categorize all these into either crowd-related reasons versus non-crowd related reasons, this is our new pie chart. We could see that 75% of them responded with a crowd-related reason. Out of these people, 41.7% said it was because crowds were making them uncomfortable, 33.3% said it was because of vapors and vaping, and 25% said it was because the bathrooms were disgusting and trashed. For the other 25% who responded with non-crowd related reasons, 25% responded with automatic toilet flushers because those can get annoying. Here we've got Heisenberg making up 25% saying, "I am the danger," and being a menace.
There's this one time, I think there's like a special ed kid in the bathroom, and he had like a wheelchair. And me and some friends, we all got like water bottles and food, and we threw it like over, and we heard like some weird like sounds, and we just ran out. Never saw him ever again.
Finally, 50% said they couldn't wash their hands because there was no soap left or running water. Now personally, I don't care if you're using the bathroom to skip class, but I think the majority of the school cares when they can't go to the damn bathroom because there's 20 dudes stuffed into a 10.5 by 16.5 foot room. And yeah, we did measure that. Like, literally everyone we interviewed said that the school bathroom has gone out of control, except for one dude. What are some things you've seen or heard going on in the school bathrooms?
Funny story. This one time, I was taking a shit, and then some dude, he like kicks the door down because the locks just aren't working. Like, ever since the dude who like put peanut butter and fart spray all over the locks. They just have not been working. And he came in. He like pulled me out. I didn't get to pull my pants up. And he was like, "Fight me, bro." And I'm like, my pants are still down. I actually took a picture of him. This is what he looks like this. Like this. Kind of like that guy, but like this.
Do you think the bathroom situation at school has gone out of hand?
Yeah, people definitely abuse how often they go to the bathroom in class.
Yeah.
I cough every time I'm in there.
Remember when people used to remove the doors?
They would remove the ceiling tiles.
And this is the girls' bathroom.
I remember when they leave blood all over the floor.
Oh yeah, tampons all over
Oh
everywhere.
yeah, they would like wet the tampons and throw them on the roof.
They would have bloody tampons and they would just throw them everywhere.
Yo, what is going on in the girls' bathroom, yo?
Yeah. For sure.
Like, what type of out of hand? My hands?
Do you have any tips and tricks for surviving the bathroom?
So, my tips and tricks, ignore the high school bathroom, always go for the middle schoolers. Like, the younger the middle school bathroom is, usually the
It depends. Like, if you're just there during, like, your study hall or, like, a lunch period, then I think it's fine. But if you're in there, like, every single class, skipping and, like, smoking, then it gets a little bit annoying.
They're vandalizing the bathroom by stuffing food down the toilets, vaping and leaving vape cartridges all over the floor, doing drugs, smearing toilet paper all over the stalls, and even... What was the weirdest or most traumatizing experience you've had in the school bathroom?
I'd have to say probably the time when I had to go to the bathroom really bad, and every bathroom I went to was full of people.
It was during lunch. I was walking into the bathroom and I heard some moans in the big stall.
What?
They were doing it.
They were doing it.
They were
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you heard it right here, guys.
When somebody like locked me in a stall with like, it was like filled with like, no one flushed it, and they just shut me in there. They were like, Anna, you deserve to be in there.
Yo, okay.
And I was trapped in there.
How about you?
The door was closed but not locked, so when I walked in, there was a girl sitting on the toilet, and we just made eye contact for like 7 seconds before I left.
Well, I remember this one time, I'm pissing, and this dude comes next to me, and he's like, "Let's duel." Like we're both pissing, and I'm getting low, dude, because I was already like I already started before he like challenged me, so I don't think it's fair. So I start like pushing out really hard, and I look down, and it's like the whole urinal is red. It's not that fun.
You got fighting, you got vaping. The dirties.
What is that?
Oh, it's fighting. Fighting
Fighting.
for 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
It's really, like, not that big of a deal that I would consider, like, weird or traumatizing. But it just smells like weed in the bathroom every day. It's like, can't you just do that at home?
Exactly.
Probably one of the times where there was blood on, like, near vapes. Like, what the is happening?
Yeah.
I was in the third stall bathroom and someone walked in on me, and that happened twice.
Doing what? How about you?
I was in one of the stalls, minding my own business. The whole, like a whole group of girls came in, and they're just having some conversations about jumping another girl. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah.
I'm sure we've all had similar experiences to them as well. Like, one time, I went into the bathroom, and all the urinals were clogged and out of order, and then I tried to use the toilets in the stalls, and there was blood smeared all over the bowl, the walls, and the stall itself. Like, it was dye, but still. At this point, I just used a gender-neutral bathroom on the middle school side, or identify as a girl for like 2 minutes to use the girls' bathroom. Of course, when no one's around, because their bathrooms are much cleaner than ours, but their situation is just as bad.
I heard some moans. Other weird things that I've seen in the bathroom, other than behavior, well, this is the cause of behaviors, is mustard smeared all over the toilet seat in the first floor bathroom. Like, you cannot sit anywhere on it. It is disgusting.
In the third stall.
Yeah.
Why is it always the third stall?
It's always the third stall.
There's always like nachos in there or like
There's nachos everywhere.
Yeah.
There's always tater tots with who knows how many types of sauces they pour in it. All over the bathroom floors. There's always, not always, but I've seen like wrappers, like Geek Bar wrappers, on the floor, and like obviously if there's Geek Bar wrappers on the floor, that means people are vaping and doing drugs in the school bathroom, but for some reason we don't get, like, others don't get punished. Like,
And because we didn't want to get jumped by gangs after school, we decided not to interview these crowds in the bathrooms for their own safety. Like, because who wants to catch
in there?
We're trying to
Get out!
We're trying to film a video for our history
You
project.
don't want to see me when I hit a pendulum.
What does a pendulum mean?
Makes me want to do.
Students are tired of not being able to safely use bathrooms in school. But these crowds are forming in the first place because teachers are way too lenient on them. Teachers and staff are going to the bathrooms where there's kids literally vaping and smearing nachos all over the walls, and they just tell them to get out without handing out any real punishment.
They should control the drugs in there. Like, people shouldn't even be doing drugs in school.
like teachers know it too.
Yeah, they
Like,
don't do anything
they
about
just
it. They're way
don't
too
do it.
nice.
Yeah.
And they can catch students with nicotine in their bags, but they say like, oh, you can't punish that student because there's no proof of them using it. But it's in their bag.
Yeah.
So
Like apparently, like you would not get really punished unless you're actually caught doing the act. And obviously, like I don't think teachers are gonna bust down stalls and bathrooms to catch them red-handed.
There's no discipline or regulation anymore. At this point, people don't care about being caught anymore because they're gonna get away with it anyways. But let's be so for real. Teachers are not being paid enough for this. Like, if you want them to give a pay them more. They deal with like 100 kids a day, earning barely enough. Of course they're not gonna care when there's crowds in the bathrooms. Give them a reason to care, like a better salary, and they're probably gonna start punishing these bathroom crowds more. Remember kids, common sense is cheap, knowledge is power, and stress is a killer. Don't do drugs and stay in school. That's all today, folks.
I'm not done with you, little boy. Remember, kids, stay in the bathroom, do drugs, never do homework, never get jobs.